and welcome to episode 38 of the 30s podcast. My name is Clint.
Uncle Marcus.
Today we have a special guest. We have Chelsea Caracoza.
Hi. Hi.
Welcome to the pod, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, Chelsea, would you describe yourself as an actor, model, last one,
Dancer.
social influencer, dancer? What goes first when you think of yourself?
Actor.
Actor?
Uh-huh.
Actor.
Yeah.
Because you also do cosplay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So cosplay. Because
Jack of all trades.
Jack does all the trades. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Before we get into all that, how do you guys know each other? I don't know.
Do you want me to tell or you?
You can go.
Okay. I met him at WB doing tours.
Okay.
He was there full time.
Uh-huh.
Much longer than I was.
Mhm.
And
You did the tours as well?
I did the tours as well. Yeah, but I was there for the Christmas season. Was it the Gilmore Girls
Yeah.
thing?
Gilmore
It was like
Gilmore
the
Girls.
Gilmore Girls Christmas special or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where we were like took people around to Stars Hollow and like various other things, but it was like a 2.5, 3 week gig. That was it.
Okay. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was it.
Because they didn't keep you?
They kept me, but then COVID happened.
Yeah.
They didn't. Sorry, they didn't keep me like immediately afterwards. But then I got an email saying that they wanted to bring a lot of us back for the spring season through possibly the summertime, and then. Literally, like the day I got the approval to come back, the next day everything shut down.
Wow.
So I was like, why?
Yeah. All right.
So
Cool. Or not cool, but
not cool,
interesting.
but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did one of the tours with him.
Oh,
We
okay.
went back and did a tour. It was pretty cool. Yeah, to see the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
How do you know Brandon?
I know
Shout
Brandon
out.
because, again, WB, but it wasn't tours. It was the Horror Made Here Halloween event.
Mhm.
He was Jason. I was one of the
I
campers.
thought I didn't ask. I forgot to ask him that.
Yeah, he was Jason.
I knew
That
he was Jason.
I didn't know that because I went to that, the Horror Made.
Oh, did you?
Mhm.
What's it called? Horror Made
Horror Made Here.
Here. Yeah,
Mhm.
I went. But I don't think you were not working there then, were you?
I tried to not work the event.
I don't know if you. I don't know, but I don't know if you were working with Warner Brothers. You probably were. But somebody had told me about it. I had a friend who was like, "Hey, Warner Brothers is doing this maze thing, so we usually go to Universal Studios and we do like the whole circuit and stuff."
Yeah.
And we never done Warner Brothers, and I think there was a
Brand
one.
new.
Yeah, it was brand new, and it was a one time thing. And
Technically, it was a 2-year thing because I guess 3-year thing.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it had happened a couple years prior, but it wasn't as good as the year that we
okay.
did it. Like they went all out the year that we
right,
did it.
and that's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt too. And I was there,
Yeah.
I was like, "This is fucking rad."
It was
like,
awesome.
It was really cool. Like you walked in, and they had the True Blood bar in there, and like we were all fans of True Blood.
Yeah.
So like, let's go get some blood, and like
The
you
Neibolt
said-
house.
Yes, and you said you
it
worked.
was so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you did Friday the
Great.
13th.
I did Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
What is it? A Nightmare on Camp Crystal Lake. That's what I
Okay,
did.
so you may have been one of the. I may have encountered you in there because there. I remember. I think it was that maze where someone like comes up to you that's like part of the group,
Uh-huh.
but you're like, who the hell is this person? And then they get dragged off by one of the people.
That was not me. If you're thinking about the girl that got pulled into the water, that was not me.
Oh, okay.
That's at the ferry. I was in 2 places. I was a swing. So
Okay.
I was one of the campers inside of the cabin.
Oh yeah.
I was one of the campers inside the cabin getting murdered in the bunk bed.
Okay.
I was either, depending on what shift I was on, I was either killed by Jason or I was killed by Freddy.
Okay.
But then at the very end, I was also Freddy Krueger. I was
Oh.
female Freddy Krueger.
Oh, okay.
And I threw on so if you saw a girl at the very end and she's waving, when she's got like a blonde wig on or something like that, and
Yeah.
then she whips around and she's got the Freddy Krueger face on, that was me.
Oh, I probably saw you. Then. And I didn't know Brandon was in there either. I
Yeah.
probably saw
Yeah.
him.
He was right at the beginning. He was the one that pulled in one of the girls
Okay.
into the water. He was at the
Okay.
beginning of the run, or beginning of that zone.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
He's
Brandon,
he's
I
a
don't think ever
giant,
murdered
so-
me.
He's a giant. He's Jason.
He's huge.
Hyde.
So.
Yeah. They hired a lot of.
Scary as hell.
Yeah.
And then my husband ended up getting roped into being Freddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
Did
ended
he
up
work there too?
He worked there too. Yeah, well, because he didn't originally do it, but I told him that they needed more people, and that one of the Freddys just never showed up. The campfire Freddy just never showed up. I think he showed up like one time, and that was it. He just like disappeared.
Okay.
And then I was like, hey, I know you can do a good Freddy Krueger impression. You should send in a tape. And because he wanted to either be Freddy Krueger or he wanted to be the Riddler in the Arkham maze.
Oh,
Because he can do a Riddler.
He can do both.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have lines?
He
As
did.
Freddy?
Yeah, I mean they were all improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all improvised. Oh wait, him as Freddy?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
anybody? Did anybody have lines where they were just like, "Hey, you need to act scared.
Uh,
You need to freak out."
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it was just all kind of common sense. Just like, we had beats for like bringing people into like the cabin and stuff. They're like, okay, when they get to the certain point, like jump out of the bushes. I'm like, oh no, come on, let's get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
In a horror movie, did you have to watch some of the movies to prep?
no, I did not.
To just like get used to it? Okay.
I'm just used to it.
I'm a 16-year-old. Oh, but you're used to acting 16.
Yeah,
So you're like, I can do this.
I can do this.
I've been doing this for a while.
I was one of the camp counselors, so they were
so you're
like,
older.
I was slightly older, but I was supposed to be like 18, and we were in the 80s. So I had like the scrunchie and the ponytail and everything and blood. Like I had a different they would do my makeup differently. Each of us would get our makeup done almost differently every single night. There was one night my favorite was I had Freddy's claws right across my face. And it was like in detail, like you could see like the flesh tearing, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. So you actually had to go and they sat you in a chair and did everything?
They said, we actually we kind of had some direction, though. That's why they didn't want to call it a haunt, because they wanted to call it more of an experience.
I remember that.
Yeah, because it was an actual like.
Well, your production.
Yeah, it was an actual production. We had a script, like a beat script, and like things we could say, but we could improvise too. And we got to meet the not the director. I think it was like one of the producers, somebody big on like the third Friday the third, or not Friday the third. Nightmare on Elm Street. We got to meet him, and he kind of gave some of the Freddy's like pointers and stuff like that, and was like, "This is the way he would walk," and la la la.
Yeah,
this is how he would do it.
This is the way he would do it.
Yeah,
you're a little flat over there.
So since we're talking about productions, and you were going into what we were going to say, you're an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When did you start acting?
When I was like 11.
11.
Yeah,
Damn.
11.
School
I said this
productions.
on another podcast. I was like, I've been saying 11 for the longest time, but I feel like it's more like 12 to 13.
Yeah.
But because maybe my brain is just like not jogging that far back. I don't remember. But I think, it's roughly about 11, 12, 13 is when I started.
Okay, nice. And just doing school productions and stuff?
No, not school production. I did one school production, two school productions technically. And then after that, I was like, Mom, I want to act.
Yeah.
I was super shy, shockingly. Nobody really believes that, but I was like, no, actually I was. I didn't really like talking to people.
Yeah.
Shocking.
It's crazy how.
And now you're on a podcast.
And now I'm on a podcast.
You're talking. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, like I talked to, like I had friends, obviously, things like that. Like I talked to them, but like if I was 12, 11, talking to you guys, I would like think you guys were the devil.
Well,
I'd be like, do not talk to me. Do not talk to me.
Yeah.
I was, kind of weird.
That's very. We were talking about Charles Dickens before the pod. That's very Charles Dickensy. It's not okay. It would not be okay. We're not going to have 12-year-olds on.
No.
Never.
Why
Marcus would be too afraid.
Yeah, I can't talk to a 12-year-old.
You can't talk to kids.
No, I can't.
What's the youngest you could talk to?
Oh God.
It's to be clear, this is not like a sexual thing. So, but just like interacting with kids, because they're very much not adults. So, and like you guys know me now, there's a lot of times there's no filter, or if I'm like angry at somebody, I'll just be very upfront with them about it. And then kids are just, you can't do that. Sometimes you can, depends on the kid, but you kind of have to like be cautious of their, I don't know, their minds, because they don't know how to process those kind of things yet. So the youngest, it depends on the kid. After that lengthy.
So when are you going to talk to your nephew?
When he can talk? He's still a baby. He can't talk yet.
You're not going to talk to him.
I was going to ask, like, what shade of blue is that mark on your door?
Oh, no. He's just a baby. So I had brought up before that I haven't felt a connection to him yet, because he's not even a year old. So he's still like a fresh baby. And
he's a fresh baby.
But like, you know, I before he was born, I was like, okay, we're gonna have like this cool like Uncle Bond thing, whatever, when they come out, and then he's just like a lump now. You can't do anything with him. And then like my brother and his fiance and my dad are all like very like, oh, like isn't he cute? And I'm like, I guess he's not ugly, but you know, it's like, what are we all like hooing and ah? It doesn't do anything. He just sits there. Keep saying it. He.
It's a person.
What's
he
his
just-
name?
His name is Leo.
Leo.
Aw.
There we go.
Yeah, Leonardo, which my dad doesn't like because he just thinks Ninja Turtles.
I do too.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
okay.
It's
Or
fine.
DiCaprio.
It's fine. Yeah, or DiCaprio. We don't think about
Or Da Vinci.
Yeah, Da Vinci. I would say
Three great Leos.
It sucks that like he's the third one that we think of now. Da Vinci. We think of Turtle, and then
DiCaprio.
speaking of grooming, DiCaprio.
Oh my gosh.
And then we go to Da Vinci. Anyway, yeah, I'm waiting for that moment, and I think it's when he starts. Once he gets like a personality, then I'll be able to be like, oh, now we can kind of tat-a-tat, whatever. But why are we talking about this?
All right, so you
know.
played. So what was the first role you had when you were 11, 12?
I did a production of this wonderfully unique production of this play called It's Cool in the Furnace.
Mhm.
I was just an ensemble member. It's based off of the Bible story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Oh, Bible.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Ding. Yeah. Yeah. I loved it. It was great. I still go to that church and everything.
Yeah,
But
was that
it
through church?
Yeah, it was through church. Uh-huh.
yeah.
It was through my Christian school. And yeah,
What Christian school did you go to?
Calvary Chapel.
Oh, no.
I went to the good one. I went to the good one. I was like, I've heard there's a couple out there, but no, the one that I went to, I love.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Well, have you heard of Calvary Chino Hills?
Yes, I've heard. I don't know what
'Cause,
happened, but
yeah.
I've heard like, ooh.
Because I grew up in Chino Hills.
Okay, yeah.
And there was a point where I tried to go there. And it's this big, massive church.
Yeah.
But it was the hardest to get into the inner circle. Like to feel
Weird.
included.
Oh.
Because the younger people, they're raised homeschooled.
Mhm.
So they're all connected with themselves. And I
Yeah.
tried my hardest to get in. I was like, I'm going to audition for the chorus. I got in the chorus. And I still felt like an outsider to these people. And I'm like, you're all homeschooled.
I'm sorry. I was homeschooled partially too, but I'm not a weirdo. I know how to. I know I have social skills.
There's still hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still hope out there. So just know
Yeah.
that.
But I thought
I don't think being
yeah.
homeschooled makes you a weirdo.
No.
So, yeah,
No.
sorry about
Well,
that.
It's not like how Mean Girls portrays it.
No.
It's not. You remember that part in the movie where the beginning of Mean Girls?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say it's just like that.
Just like that. Yeah. But yeah, I went there. I was an ensemble member, and we just had to sing. And like at one point, we were all like going like that, and we threw on like our Ray-Ban shades. It was good.
Yeah.
And then I kind of had an epiphany at that point, and I was like, I kind of want to do this. This is fun. And I didn't, again, I was told we had to do that. They just made all the 6th graders do it. And I was like, oh man. When I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I actually had a really good time, thanks to the director/teacher who was running it. Like I kind of owe everything to her because she made it not scary and a lot of fun and enjoyable. And then I ended up going to her after that show wrapped, and then I was like, when's the next show? And she's like, oh, actually, we're going to do Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh.
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
And I got
Ooh.
my first true line in that show. I was a deer.
Oh.
I was a deer. I still have my shoes from that show.
Oh.
I had like little like Mary Jane shoes,
Yeah.
and
Aw.
I had to say "Silence, you fool," and I had like a baby little fawn with me.
As the deer. Wait, Silence You Fool. Were you a good deer or a bad
I was a
deer?
good deer.
A good
But no, who did I say that? I think I said it to the witch.
Oh.
I think I said it to the witch because she's like, "I'm going to kill you," or
yeah.
whatever. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had like antlers and all that stuff, and I had like little fake freckles on my nose, and it was a good time. And then afterwards, I was like, "Mom, can I do this for a living?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "You."
That's cool. Yeah, I thank church for that because it's a safe environment to do a play, to do music. I learned how to play guitar and sing there.
There you go.
Like so, and it's like this safe environment to try stuff out like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like I know that like there's theater, there's stand up,
Yeah.
there's all these other places that are pretty safe for you to try to be
Do
different.
things. Well, you
Yeah.
were a kid, so
Yeah,
like
it's
it's not
kids.
like
Yeah.
you
What else
were-
are you gonna do?
Take me to like the local comedy club.
Yeah.
folks. Mom, I'm gonna try my routine on all these 70-year-old men.
That'll be
It's
Marcus
just-
with his nephew.
Yeah. Taking him to the Laugh Factory when he
Yeah.
was like 9.
Here, this is Annie
No.
Letterman.
No.
And she's like, "Why'd you bring this kid?"
Did I tell you my Annie Letterman story about going live with her on
Oh.
Instagram?
Go ahead.
Did I tell you?
No, I don't think you told it.
Okay, there's this comedian, Annie Letterman. I don't know if you know.
It's like that name sounds familiar.
I don't know if you know her. She looks like Scarlett Johansson, so
Okay.
that's how people kind of recognize her.
Right.
But I've been a fan of her for many years, and like she had this Patreon thing before where you could, depending on what tier you're at, you could like FaceTime. It was like a Zoom thing that everybody got on, and I never made it for those because they always did it when I had to work or I was just busy. But I still contributed just because I was a fan. And then I got to meet her at Flappers.
Okay.
That was last year, right?
Yeah.
Last year. And I was like, oh, hey, I was the guy on that thing, the Patreon. And then I thought she was just being nice. She's like, oh yeah, I remember you, blah, 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 blah. Gave me a hug, got a picture, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And so like she goes live on Instagram all the time. And I usually just pop in and like put it over there. I'm usually not just staring at the live. I'm doing other stuff because that's weird. And the last time she was on, I was messaged like, oh, hey, what's up, Annie? I hope you're doing well. And she like saw it. She was like, oh, Marcus, like, what's going on or whatever. And then she requested to go live with me on Instagram. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's like, this is like one of the blue check mark, huge following, big comedians who remembered me. And so when I went to go approve it, I like got disconnected or something, and it
never
just
fails.
And then she didn't come back on. Like she got off the live, and I was like, no, that was my chance. That was my chance to actually make a connection. And then like everybody else would have saw that I was live with someone. Like they were like, oh, Marcus is live.
Yeah.
I don't ever go live. Marcus is live, and they click on it and like, holy shit, this is a famous comedian.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was last few weeks ago. I don't know, and I took a screenshot of it when she requested to go live. Like, I got proof.
I have proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well at least.
And
you
then
have proof.
it just didn't happen.
Sorry.
It was sad. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
upsetting.
Yeah, we have a good
Yeah.
we have a good track record of going to a comedy show and then having that comedian repost it somehow
Or just
Same.
connect.
or
like,
connect somehow.
connect.
That's how I got to connect with Chris DiStefano,
Oh,
another
okay.
comedian. I don't know who he is, but he had like on his Instagram put out a story saying like he went to Disneyland the day before or whatever. He's a New York comic, but he was in California for the week.
Okay.
And he had gone the day before with his family, and he's like, hey, if anybody has tickets, let me know. And I work for Disney. So I replied back to his story, like, he's not going to read this. Like, hey, if you want to go, I might be able to help you out. And I'll be at your show tonight. We're going to go see him at in Brea. Like, I'll be at your show tonight. And he immediately responded, was like, let's talk. I'd said I was going to be at your meet and greet. So like, we'll be
okay.
able to see each other. And I was like, okay, we'll talk then. And so at the meet and greet, I was like, hey, it's me. And the meet and greet's like a really quick thing, so you don't have time to sit there and chat. But he was like, oh, email me, whatever. And so the next day, we were emailing back and forth, you know. And like as soon as you email somebody on Gmail, it's like if it's someone you don't know, once you respond, they like go into your contacts as
Yeah.
like someone you know. So I was like, oh my God, like I've got connections to this guy. And so we had like a good back and forth, chatting a little bit, and they ended up giving him some tickets. And so he got his family in. And I told him, like, you don't have to use, you can use these for like a year or wherever you want. They're good. And it's like, I don't know if he's actually going to use these. It just was whatever. And then I went and checked the tickets like months later, and he actually used them. Like, you can see that they linked him to his name. And I was like, oh my God, his name's now linked to my name through the company. Weird connections that
That's
like
cool.
don't mean anything to him, but to like the smaller people like us, it's like, wow. And then maybe years later, I can be like, if I get any kind of, you know, career going, it'd be like, hey, remember the time when you went to Disneyland in 2021 or 22? And he was like, yeah, that was me.
That was me. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
It's time to pay it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a weird, maybe not weird, but just kind of a lucky.
Yeah.
Because he did Tom Segura reposted one of his things once
Yeah.
too, and we are like, oh
When we
my
went
God.
and saw him in San Diego,
Oh, okay.
we reposted that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah. So maybe it's a 30s topic. Do you feel like you're good at recognizing people like that? Like if you're like so down the road,
Mhm.
you're acting and you're well known. Do you think you'll be able to like recognize people at like a meet and greet?
I might.
Maybe.
I might. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I kind of memorize people's faces,
Mhm.
sort of. Of course, it's always in the most like nonsensical time of, you know, when I don't need to, but then I'm
Right.
like, you know, I'm just gonna stare at you for a second. But it's gonna be that's probably gonna be the time that I recognize somebody's face, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, I recognize some of my Instagram followers if I meet them at Comic Con.
Right? 'Cause
Okay.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
weird. It's weird.
Yeah, because you have a pretty good following on Instagram. Do you? Because I see a lot of stuff you do, and it looks like you put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of people that you meet from cosplaying?
Partially, yes, but lately it's just been people that have found some of my latest content,
Mhm.
and that right now is Wednesday Addams.
Yeah,
Oh.
I
Yeah.
feel like even back in the day, like you would have said, "Oh, I have this Wednesday Addams cosplay," and I'm like, "Oh, I could obviously see that."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now
Now it's like, "Oh,
the
it's a little
show,
creepy.
it's insane."
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little creepy. So I have a bunch of people from that, like this black and white dance video that I did that
Uh-huh.
was requested by a friend of mine. She was like, "Okay, you did the Netflix one.
Mhm.
Now you need to do the black and white one." And I had no intention of doing. I honestly,
That's
honest
the
to God,
little girl one,
the,
right?
the one from like the 60s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I had literally no intention of doing that video
Mhm.
at all.
Yeah.
And but my friend was like, "Just do it. It'll be fun." And I was like, okay. And she's like, "Put it in black and white.
Yeah,
Wear your outfit and do the dance."
Mhm.
Okay.
and you did it.
25,000 something plus, and it just keeps going. It
Yeah.
hasn't died. It's
Wow.
still going. Like right now as we speak,
Mhm.
I'll be on the freeway. It'll be like liked, and
Wow.
I've just like gained all these followers, like
Yeah.
all these cool like alt goth followers, and I'm
Yes.
like, "What's up, brethren?
It's so cool.
What's up, my fellow people?"
Really quick with about goth, because
The
we've been talking
goth.
about goth stuff lately.
Yeah.
I've noticed, because I was really into goth music when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
Not really like the aesthetic of goth, just I really love goth music.
Mhm.
And ever since Wednesday came out, like all these bands that I listened to back when I was a kid are like having this new revival. I'm like, oh my God, like goth is finally,
Cool.
because it was never cool. It was like, that's kind of why I liked it. But it's like, it's cool now. Goth is cool now. It's all because of Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the show, but like Wednesday herself is kind of like a goth figure. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit.
That was my nickname growing up.
Wednesday?
Was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday
Yeah.
because my hair was like down to my butt, and my mom would braid both my because I had such long curly hair.
Yeah.
She was like, "Let's just keep it out of your face. Let's just braid it."
Yeah.
And I was already pretty much a very like standoffish kind
yeah,
of kid.
You're
I was
saying
already
you're a quiet 12-year-old.
I was a quiet 12.
Yeah.
I was very kind of. I was friendly, but I was also, if I didn't know you, I was kind of standoffish. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Does your kid like me?" And she's like, "She's shy. She's shy."
Yeah.
But
Like the Christina Ricci.
oh, I
version.
got that
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I got a more.
I can see
I
that.
got ethnic Christina Ricci
Oh,
when I was
okay.
little, like big eyes and like
Yeah.
tiny little thing with lots of hair, and like she looks like Christina Ricci. And then now as an adult, I get Jenna Ortega,
Jenna
along with
Ortega.
along with a
Also
bunch
another
of
Wednesday.
also
Like,
another Wednesday,
yeah.
along with a bunch of other people that I get. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, because of that video,
Uh-huh.
I have just gotten that much more, which I'm like, all right,
Right.
cool.
Yeah, lean into it.
Lean
Why
into
not?
it, whatever.
And when season 2 comes out, if
Oh
there's
my
going to be
gosh.
one, it's just going to
Yeah.
keep going.
It's just
or
gonna
happen
keep
again.
going, and I'm like, I almost want it to die because I'm like, look at my other stuff.
Yes,
I put in a lot
right?
of work, which
Yeah.
other stuff is getting watched. Obviously, I'm getting
Yeah.
a lot of my like alt fashion
Mhm.
transition videos seem to get a lot of views too, especially with the music that I play and
Yeah.
stuff. And
So
there
is
were
this,
a lot of this.
this TikTok or
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. Cool. Are you on TikTok as well?
I am, but I'm really bad at it.
Yeah.
I'll upload
Yeah,
a couple of
me too.
things.
That's
Like
how
I
we-
like watching. I'm a savvy TikTok viewer.
Yeah.
I hate TikTok, but I love it at the same time.
Everybody
Same.
says
Same.
the same thing. They hate it, but they're on it.
Yeah.
It's like kind of have to.
I feel like
be.
I'm too old for it, but I'm
Same.
also just like, ugh. But there's so many funny things on there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful wasteland of just like what is going on with people.
Yeah.
But it could be really funny. What else do you? I saw some of your Instagram stuff. What else is popular besides Wednesday, or that you like to do?
Like I said, the cosplay stuff is
Yeah.
like that's pretty heavy. Velma Dinkley gets a lot of.
Yeah.
There's this
Again, now because Velma is out. Yeah,
not the good kind.
Which
but
is
yeah.
good now.
Great
I've been
with
getting,
that.
thankfully, I haven't gotten any like hate on Velma.
Yeah.
It's been like a lot of like, oh, this is so much better than that other Velma. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
okay.
I've been getting a lot of that, like, oh, please, I love this. Don't lean into the
Right.
one that just came out. I'm like, I had no
It's
intention
fine.
of
Yeah.
doing that.
We talked shit about that show
Yeah.
a little
A
bit.
lot.
I haven't seen it, but they did, and they were
I've seen
not impressed.
Parts of it, and it's
Yeah.
I want to protect you, Marcus. Don't watch
I'm
it.
Don't
not gonna
watch
watch
it.
it. I have no. I even just seeing the design of it, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this.
Yeah,
So I
no.
just didn't even.
It's really pretentious and almost too woke.
Mhm.
for
That's
its
what I've
own
heard.
good.
Way
Yeah.
too woke.
Yeah.
Way too woke, and I'm like, you just don't want anybody to have fun, do you?
Yeah. It's like
So,
everybody sucks.
Everybody sucks, which they
Yeah.
do, but
Right, but you still want to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to be backed over the head with it. I know that I suck.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't make Velma dumb.
Don't make Velma
Don't
dumb.
make
Yeah,
her
they.
dumb. How dare you?
She's supposed to be a smart one.
She is.
How'd you get into the cosplay stuff?
Fell into that too. And my whole life was just a giant accident. It's just from my birth to like cosplay to like acting. It's just one giant accident that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay.
That's fine. It's
a
I can relate. I'm
positive
listening.
spin there.
Yeah, like that turned out for the good.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not a horrible person, I swear. I just make really weird jokes. But
No.
yeah, well, I'm in the right
Accepted here.
place. I'm in the no.
Do the bonnet.
Oh, the bomb. Yes.
Yeah. So I went to my first Comic Con in 2014, not the San Diego one. I went to the was at the time called Kamikaze.
Okay.
Now or the Stanley's Kamikaze.
Yes.
But now it's just LA Comic Con.
Oh.
I went there and my friend brought me along. He was like, "Oh, we should go. It'll be fun. Like it'll be really fun to go. Let's like you like comics, I like comics. Let's just go." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Do you want to dress up?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "It is anything. What do you want to dress up as?" So I could have picked anything. I could have picked a comic book character. I could have picked something from from like a kid's movie, whatever. I could have picked anything. I picked Alex DeLarge from A Clockwork Orange.
Oh.
So I went as a droog
Yeah.
with the milk
Yes.
and like the cane.
Yeah.
I like that
I
idea.
just didn't
though.
have the penis nose.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, like,
Glad you said nose after that.
yeah. Well,
Like, what kind of cosplay is this?
it's funny because I had a lot of older people that were like, "You're too young to know what that is."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "No, I don't."
Yeah.
Like, "No, I'm not.
Yes.
I know what this is."
I had plenty of that when I was a kid too. It was
Yeah.
like I used to watch it. We talked about like I watched The Exorcist and Jaws all the time when
There
I
you
was
go.
young, and it's like, what are you doing? It's like it's a great movie.
Yeah.
You don't have to be old to watch these.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
So I went as that, and there's like photos of me with like the giant eyelash
Yep.
on one side and the bowler hat and
Yeah.
all that. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And so I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I
Yeah.
just kind of kept
Just kept
going
doing
from
it.
there. Kept doing it.
Yeah. What are some of your more popular cosplays?
Well, like I said, Velma, Wednesday
okay.
and Velma are like probably take top tier.
Yeah.
Those ones are probably like
Yeah.
really up there. I don't really do him as often as I used to, but Pennywise, gender bent
Okay.
Pennywise is pretty
Ooh.
popular. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lot of work.
You just
to
do the
put-
whole makeup. And...
I do. I don't do like the giant forehead. I make him very girly.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm wearing like a ballerina's outfit basically with a corset
Okay.
that I altered myself,
Mhm.
and I put like the red thing, and I have the shoes.
Yeah. So it's the newer
It's
Pennywise.
the yeah.
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
Otherwise,
It's-
it'd just be a clown.
it would just be a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I make him very cute. I wear the red wig and stuff. But
Uh-huh.
I'll probably bring, especially now that there's going to be the spin-off series or the prequel.
Prequel, yeah.
Welcome
There
to
is?
Derry.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
didn't
feel
know
like I
that.
have to bring him back because of that.
Right. There'll be another one that just gets a bunch of
And-
hits.
Yeah, you just got because you're good at like oh, I like this character, and then somehow pop culture brings it
Brings
back.
it
Yeah.
back. Yeah. Like there's
That's
another
awesome.
Crow movie coming out. I was thinking
What?
of doing there's a Crow
Why?
there's a reboot of
What?
the Crow
Why?
coming out.
It's like a reboot.
A reboot of The Crow.
Oh my god.
It's supposed to be really good, I guess.
I like
supposedly.
the other
the original,
Crow movie. Yeah,
mhm.
it was good.
But I was like, it's weird because before that was announced, I was thinking of doing a Crow
Crow?
cosplay.
Yeah, that's
Just
so
really
random.
casual and just doing the face makeup.
yeah. Well, now you can. And
Now
it'll
I have
blow
to.
up
Now
again.
you have to do it.
Now I
Yeah.
have to do it. But I usually pick characters that are kind of like an aesthetic for me.
Yeah.
I usually pick like the horror genre or like the weird or kind of
Yes, we
different.
love that on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, the horse.
So-
Yeah.
But I pick like some video game character. Like I'm Diva from Overwatch.
Diva. Okay.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Overwatch one.
Yeah, I'm Diva from Overwatch.
I'm a big Overwatch player. So
Oh,
that's
okay, there
cool.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diva's always popular with the
Diva's
cosplays.
always popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used her for an art model gig recently where people
Okay.
like paid to draw me as Diva.
Okay.
That was really fun.
Nice. Did you get to keep the drawings? Or see them at
there-
least?
I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been tagged on a couple of them
Oh, okay.
on Instagram,
Cool.
and there was a couple people that like wanted to give me them. I was like, it's okay,
Yeah.
just take it. I don't need it. It's fine.
How'd you get into that?
Art modeling?
Yeah.
Accident.
Again? Oh.
I was like,
Let's see what the episode's going to be called.
It just gets in one giant
Yeah.
fucking accident. Chelsea in the no good, horrible accident.
We got it.
We got
That'll be
it.
your one-man play. One-woman play.
That's, I
sorry.
mean, I could.
Or man, you know.
Whatever.
Gender bend.
Gender bend.
Gender bend Chelsea some life. You take everything you've ever done
Your next-
and gender bend them all.
Gender
to
bend
men.
yourself. You gotta do the studio tour outfit, but just as a man.
It's just as a
like,
man.
There you go. It's,
Chelsea, but
you're like an
gender bend.
impression of your husband or something. Eric.
Well, it's just funny because we were like as far, he's like the golden retriever, and yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm like the angry black cat.
Yeah, and it's like it's
We're Andy and
yeah.
April from
Yeah.
Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
We are literally that.
and it's obvious when you see his cosplays versus yours.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he
he's
does
like
it too? He's
Yeah.
in
He
the
does.
cosplay? Nice.
Tony Stark. That's his big one because
Oh,
he
okay.
looks like him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Is that how you guys met? Was through?
no, it was through an audition.
Okay, he's also an actor.
He's also an actor.
Okay.
He directs and he acts. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I met him actually here in Orange County,
Uh-huh.
and we did a play together called Dog Sees God.
Dog sees God.
The Peanuts characters as teenagers,
Oh.
and it's really. Can I say?
You can
fuck?
say whatever you want.
Okay,
Yes,
it's
go.
really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really fucked up show.
It's not like a fun
no.
Peanuts.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's people that brought their kids to that show and walked
Oh.
out at intermission. They were like, "What is this?
They
This
thought
is
they were
not."
seeing Charlie Brown.
Yeah,
dance
they
around.
thought, and it's like there's literally a warning
Yeah.
on the poster that says this is not what you know as Charlie Brown.
Right. There's
This
no
is
giant pumpkin.
There
here.
is no giant pumpkin. It's there. Snoopy's dead at the very top of the show.
no.
Yeah. Well, he's a dog.
He got
Well,
rabies
yeah.
and he
Yeah.
ate Woodstock.
Oh.
That's how the show
interesting.
starts.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Jeez. Is
I've done that-
Linus
Eight
Linus like
weeks.
addicted to pills or something?
close. He's a stoner.
Oh,
He
actually,
smoked
like that
his.
works
He
out.
burned his blanket and smoked it.
That's actually probably
Oh.
better for him.
Yeah, I
He
like
needs
that.
to get away from the blanket. What's the dirty kid's name?
Pigpen?
Pigpen.
Pigpen.
Yeah. Well, he's called Matt in this
Oh,
version.
okay.
He played. That's who my husband played.
Oh.
He played the
Oh.
first round. We did it. I did it. I've done it 3 times that show. He's done it twice.
Okay.
Twice we did it together. Once I did it by myself.
Okay.
In Chino Hills. Funny
Oh,
enough, the second
Chino
time I did it was in Chino Hills
Oh.
at that 6th Street Playhouse,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's in
It's like literally 6th Street, I think.
Chino, 6th Street.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Like near
Yes.
where cows are.
Yeah.
Old part of
Yes.
Chino.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But
What
yeah.
part did you play in that?
First time I did it, I was Sally.
Mm.
I was Goth Sally.
Oh, there we go.
I was Goth Sally.
Goth.
Dang, where is it? The second time I did it, I was Peppermint Patty. And then the third time I did it was Lucy.
Okay.
And that's the more appropriate.
Yeah.
Everyone thought each time that I was going to do the show, everyone was like, "You're Lucy, right?"
Yeah.
No, I'm not her. And she's a arsonist in this show.
Ah.
She's a pyromaniac arsonist
Yeah.
in that show. And she tried to kill the little redheaded girl by setting her on fire.
Okay.
Oh.
It sounds like a fun show.
It's a great.
yeah,
Bring
I'd
the
watch
kids.
that.
I mean, I
Yeah.
know they say don't bring the kids, but bring the
Yeah,
kids.
they'd probably enjoy it.
do they
If I
know?
was a kid, I would like this show.
Oh yeah. Well, it's so funny. The first time I did it, my dad came to see it.
Okay.
And
He didn't know about what it
No,
was.
he knew that I said, okay, I'm just letting you know it's not a G-rated show.
Right.
It's not. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of sex-based stuff, and there's a lot of like really raunchy talk.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, are you? He's like, no. He's like, oh, okay. He goes to
Yeah.
see it, and at the very end, and I go to see him outside afterwards. He's like, well, thanks. I can't watch a Charlie Brown Christmas anymore. And then
You gave him the warning.
I gave him the
Yeah.
warning.
It's his own fault.
said, hey, listen, you're not gonna. I don't know if you're gonna like
You may
this
be-
show.
yeah.
And he liked it, but he also did not like Eric's character because he's a bully.
That's your husband.
Yeah,
Eric,
mhm,
okay.
yeah. Pigpen. He played Pigpen or Matt in the show.
Yeah.
He's a huge bully, and he is just an all around terrible person.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, the guy that he's like, I just played him a little too well. He's just really mean. I just do not like his character. He's just evil.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I
Right.
know.
Go
I
tell
know.
him that. That's a great way to say, you did a good job.
You did a good job. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
People
cool.
like actively avoided him after the show.
Oh, so
Like,
he was that good.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, there was one day in particular that he really went off the rails.
Yeah.
and people were like,
But you were into it.
I guess.
Yeah, well,
All right, I see
worked
my
out,
chance.
yeah.
It worked out. I can
Yeah.
fix him.
Oh, that's a good clap. I like that.
Yeah, sorry.
Ladies, did you hear that?
If I can do it, so can you. Okay. Yeah.
How old were you when you guys did that?
How old was I in
Or how many years ago, I guess?
2014.
Okay. So it's been
Same
a
year I
while.
went to Comic-Con for the first time.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of firsts. It was a good year.
Yeah.
It was a very good year.
Yeah. I went to Comic-Con for the first time last year. That was my
Oh,
first
yeah.
Comic-Con.
I was there.
The San Diego one.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was cool. I liked it. I'm going again this year.
Me too.
And I think this year will be the better one. Because last year it still felt kind of like neutered a little bit. Like it wasn't fully what I thought it was going to be.
I think it's because we were coming out of COVID.
Yeah, we
that's
still had to
why.
wear-
Like it's
yeah,
like obviously
exactly.
it's still a thing, but it's
was
definitely
still,
calmed
like-
the hell down. It's
Yes.
way calmed
Because the year
down.
before they did it, but it was because we went out to eat and drink afterwards at the gas lamp, and the people were saying like, yeah, last year. So this was last year. So 2 years ago, they were like when they did like a smaller version, they were like nobody was here.
Yeah.
Because those places get flooded with
Mm-hmm.
people, and then they were saying last year it got a little bit better. So I think this year it's
They'll
gonna
probably
be,
go all out more.
yeah, and I don't know about it. It was a weird feeling too because we still had to wear the masks last year.
Yeah.
But they were like selective about who had to wear them. So like half the room wasn't wearing them, which whatever. But like they would tell people like wear your mask, but then like I'd walk by without a mask and they didn't say anything.
Okay.
And then the next person would be like, hey, put your mask on. Like, okay, fine.
Weird.
And then the next person, like I would take it off because I was doing something else and no one would say anything either. So I felt like there was this kind of
Very
like
back and forth.
people were just it was kind of a weird confusion
It can be
in the
kind
air.
of. It could be kind of hectic.
Yeah. So I think this year it's going to be like, okay,
A lot more.
everyone's on the same page now and it's going to be fun and like maybe bigger because even the panels last year, I don't remember seeing too many lines for them.
Yeah, there was
So-
a couple panels I wanted to see. Like I said, I didn't pay for a ticket to go in. Like I kind of just ghosted it. I was doing summer nights. I was doing summer nights at the time, and I didn't really get to go to as many days. I think I only went for a day.
Yeah,
I went for a
one
full
day.
day. But this year I'm going Thursday and Sunday. I'll be there,
Okay.
but we have tickets.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. I have tickets for the whole weekend. So
Okay.
I'll be there all 4 days.
All 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be me next week. Anytime that I've gone, I've either ghosted it or I've worked it, so I've gotten
Yeah,
in for
you
free.
get to get in.
Yeah.
Or somebody has lent me their badge.
Yes.
Yeah, I worked it in 2016.
I think. Wait, that's when I worked it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I worked my friend's toy booth.
I worked Torpedo Comics.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of closer to the DC
Yeah.
stage present.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when Suicide.
Oh,
that's when
Suicide
I remember seeing Gal
Yeah.
Gadot and Chris Pine.
that. Okay, so that must
Oh,
have been
Wonder Woman.
Wonder
Yeah,
Woman.
it was so
Yeah.
like they were doing all these announcements and stuff
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
it and stuff, and yeah, like Conan O'Brien was there and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, because Conan, I won a Conan pop.
Oh,
I
cool.
thought this couldn't happen.
Yeah.
They had the giant like 3D VR Conan thing. You
Yeah.
put the Conan head on, and I
kinda
randomly
remember
won.
Oh.
I was like, oh my
Cool.
God.
How
Oh my
fun.
God.
We were in the same room.
Just like you, I saw you in that maze.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
weird how you see people.
Told you, an accident.
It's an accident. Yeah. How you,
An accident.
Just an
happens-
accident.
Yeah, it just happens all the time where you're around people and then years later, you're like, oh, yeah, I was in the same building with you. Like you could have just walked right past each
Yeah.
other and not known it.
One of my dance crewmates from Summer Nights too was at that Warner Brothers thing, but he was in a completely different section. He was like, "You did this too?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I think he said he was on this like the street team or whatever, and
Yeah.
he did whatever scare. I think that's where he said he was. I don't remember exactly, but we worked the same event,
Okay.
and then a few years later, we ended
It's
up
like,
working
ugh.
for Knots.
I'm
so.
always waiting for me to be in somebody's photo that I haven't met yet. Like, so I work for Disney, but I've been in and out of the parks a lot for work, and I always wonder like, am I in the background of someone's photo? And then I'll see that photo like years later. Look, I went to Disneyland with my kids, and like I'm right there in the photo.
Yeah.
I'm always waiting for that moment to happen.
I think about seeing you in someone's photo too because of the cantina.
I've been in so many like celebrity Instagram videos that people send to me because they'll be like, oh, the one I remember the most was Zachary Levi,
Oh,
and he was
cool.
like this close to me, and I had no idea he was there because I was busy. I'm making drinks and stuff, And he took an Instagram video, and like just kind of panned where he was at. And then so many people sent it to me. And I was like, oh my God, he was right next. I could have said hi. I could have been like waved in the video. I didn't even know he was taking the video.
Yeah.
And yeah, it happens all the time. I get people, they're like, I saw you in my friend's Instagram, or, you know, so I get the celebrities ones a lot because they're in there. And they're like DL in there too, so no one knows they're in there, and they'll just like take a picture. I'm like, I'm right there.
They're right there.
Yeah.
I've had that happen one time, but it wasn't through the celebrity though. It was
Okay.
completely two different atmospheres.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I work for this party company as a princess,
Okay.
and but I wasn't a princess for this party at that time, or at this particular party. I was an elf.
Oh.
I was a Christmas elf.
Okay.
Well, flash forward like 4 years later, the parents of that kid's birthday party, or the parents of that kid who had the birthday party.
Yeah.
I was working at Oktoberfest in Huntington Beach. I was working at Old World Village
Uh-huh.
as a shot girl.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're in this like
The
skimpy
skimpy, yeah.
outfit and stuff, and this dad walks up to me,
Oh,
and
no.
he's like, "We thought you looked familiar," and I'm like, and we're like, "Wait, what?" And I like literally like no, like no.
How was the elf dressed? If
Yeah.
they recognize you like that?
Well, apparently I held his daughter
Oh.
when she was little. Again, the birthday girl. She's like 2
Yeah.
in that picture, and they recognized me dressed up in my shot girl outfit.
Yeah.
He was like, "Is this you?" And I go, "He's like, we have a picture of
Oh,
you from our
God.
daughter's second birthday party. You were
Yeah.
the Christmas elf at her party because it was like a Christmas theme part, whatever."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And then I'm like looking down at my outfit. I'm like, "This is so inappropriate." I was like, "You've seen me in 2 different
I would
lights."
say, how would you
Oh, no.
respond to that? I felt like if I was a dad, I wouldn't say anything because it's like, what is she going to say? Like,
What is she
yeah,
gonna say?
Yeah, that's me. Do you want a shot? Like,
Do you want a
what-
Do you want to take a shot off me
Yeah.
or no?
Be like, oh, what are you up to now? Clearly, I'm pouring shots.
Clearly,
like, what
I'm
do you
pouring
want?
shots with my boobs out. So,
Yeah, do you want a picture? What is this?
do you want a picture?
What is
Come on.
Do you want to add to that family photo album of yours?
Yeah.
Are you inviting me to the next party? What is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah. I wanted to ask though, since you're an actor,
Mm-hmm.
are you working on anything right now or anything lately that you like had a really cool experience on? Because we asked Brandon about his time on Shameless,
Yeah.
and the movie that him and Kellen did together, and he was saying how cool it was to work on Shameless and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
was there any productions you worked on that you had like a really cool experience?
Obi-Wan.
Oh, for the Star Wars nerds in here.
Yeah, I know.
Not
know
over
that.
here.
Yeah.
How was
Obi-Wan.
that?
That was fun. I worked on it twice. It was the first half. I was just like, it was literally in episode 1 of that show. I was just like a townsfolk, but it was super secretive. The code name was Joshua Tree.
Okay.
That was the code name. And I was
Okay.
like, am I going to Joshua
Yeah.
Tree? Like, what is this? And I was like, to the internet. So I went and like Google searched. They were like, yeah, you're booked on it this day, this day, this day, this day, this day.
Okay.
And I looked it up and I'm like deep diving, like, what is this? And then it was like Joshua Tree, code word for Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. And I'm like,
Wow.
what?
Yeah.
And I was just the first round, I was just a Towns member. I was there for like 4 days over the week. And I was like, okay, that was a lot of fun. Really early call times, 4 a.m., shooting up in Pacoima.
I was going to
really-
ask where it shot at.
Yeah, it was literally, it's like you parked, they shuttled you to the location, which was down like this giant dirt like funnel.
Uh-huh.
I think it used to be something, I don't know what it is, but like Tatooine is basically built at the bottom of this giant
Yeah.
like funnel of a dirt mound thing.
Okay.
Wow.
And we had like helicopters that were trying to get like paparazzi photos of
Yeah.
everybody. And
Oh,
yeah, we had to wear robes when we weren't on camera because people could
They would
get
know,
shots and
yeah.
know what it is. So they were super top secretive about it. And then the second round that I did, I got booked on it a couple months later, and then I found out I was a specific character.
Ooh.
I was one of the Force sensitive Jedi
Okay.
people in episode 5.
Wow.
So that was really cool, and I got like some camera time for that, like
Nice.
specific camera time.
Yeah.
I was like partisan number whatever,
Okay.
and everybody messaged me for that one. And I had a really good time. It was long, really long days, but there was a couple days we got cut short, which was great. But for the most part, it was really fun. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. Do you have any photos that like you said you can't take?
Yeah, we couldn't take any
Okay.
photo. I wish, but I didn't have the only photo evidence is thank God I got on camera. I was
Yeah,
like, okay, I
yeah,
have to
yes.
get on camera. I have to prove to people I was in this. Okay. And sure enough, I got dead center.
Yeah.
And I'm bandaging up a person, and I've got a backpack on, and
Nice.
everyone has nicknamed me Backpack Girl ever since
Yeah.
then.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Because it was the people. Is it the people with Ice Cube's son?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to meet him. He's super cool.
Oh, he looks.
I
I
met
was gonna
him.
ask, did you get to meet like?
I got to meet a couple. Yeah, a couple
Okay.
of the people. Yeah, one of the lady that was in Game of Thrones. I forget her name in that show, but you know who I'm
Yeah.
talking about, right?
Who was she on Game of Thrones?
She was Pedro Pascal's wife.
Oh,
In that
Ilaria
show.
Sand.
There you go.
There we go.
I don't know her. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
name.
she is so nice.
Yeah.
So nice. She came up to me and she told me, she's just like, I've been watching you like for the last couple of days. She's like, I just wanted to let you know that I love your outfit that you're wearing.
Yeah.
She's like, it's just so chic. It's just so chic. And I'm like,
You're like,
thank you, Hilaria Sands. I appreciate you. But yeah, she would like to, we were talking about like cilantro at one point.
Do you think it tastes like soap?
Yeah,
Ilaria
she's like,
Sand?
we were literally talking about that. Yeah, I just had like a random cilantro conversation with her.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
super nice, super like, good morning, good night, see you tomorrow. Like,
That's cool.
that was really cool.
Yeah, it's always nice when the bigger name actors make it a point to like
To like talk
to everybody or
Yeah.
at least
super,
be human.
super nice. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Ewan McGregor was just very to himself, but in a way, I understand.
Yeah.
The show's about him.
I'd be too afraid to talk to you, McGregor.
Oh yeah,
I'd feel
he
like,
smells good though.
Oh my God! You're for that to
Close.
smell it.
I was really close to him. I hope that doesn't come back and like
What did he
later.
smell like?
like
Was it like a fragrance, or you just smell like
Balsa
a
wood.
clean?
Fossil. Oh my god.
You smell like wood, you
Like,
guys.
it's
You heard
like,
that
but like a
first.
musky smell, but in a
Okay.
good way.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. A nice musk too.
Yeah.
It didn't smell bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be too
Handsome-
afraid to talk to
handsome
Ewan
Scotsman, oh my
McGregor.
God.
I feel like I always think he's just so intelligent just
Yeah.
because of his roles or how it's probably just his accent. But I'd be like, what do I even talk to this guy about? Especially on like when he's number one on the call sheet.
Yeah,
like, what do
he's-
you say to this person?
Yeah.
You know, when you're not even on the call sheet.
On the
you
call,
know?
yeah. It's
But-
funny. He had. I wasn't there that day. I wasn't called, but my friend was there, and she's like, "We got cut loose today," and I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "Mary Elizabeth Winstead went into labor," and so they were gonna have like a long day, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Well, guys,
Yeah. I
The
didn't know she was
leads-
on that show.
no, she wasn't on the. She's his wife or girlfriend or something like
Oh,
that."
okay.
Yeah, and
I didn't
she,
know that either.
yeah. Now you know.
Yeah, he
But-
left his wife for her.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Wait.
that.
Juicy scoop. You heard it here first, guys.
Did they meet on Birds of Prey? Harley
I
Quinn?
think or something. Oh no, it's something I
Oh.
think prior to that. They worked on
Oh
something
my
else. I
God.
think.
They were on Fargo.
Fargo,
Fargo?
that's it. Yeah,
He
Fargo.
left his wife for her? Sorry, I'm digging into it.
If
I had no idea.
you've watched the movie Sky High,
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen Final Destination 3.
2 or no 3.
3, yes.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
It's another character you should do.
Ramona
I've
done-
Flowers.
you've done that.
She's
I've
done it.
done-
I
I've
saw
done-
your
Definitely
trim
done
last
Ramona.
night, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, Ramona Flowers.
Yeah.
Because just the hair, the way it's cut, I was like, it could be Knives Chow. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's
no,
Ramona Flowers.
that's Ramona
Yeah.
Flowers. I was like, Knives doesn't have the green or pink.
No,
or
no, no.
blue
Yeah, the
hair,
color
whatever.
changing every
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because she's not my favorite character. Like just
Ramona?
Ramona, she's
No.
not. But I fit her
Mhm.
wise, so I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
It's
And
the-
that outfit's
yeah.
not mine; it's my friend's.
Yeah.
So
It's the Chelsea universe.
It's-
the multiverse.
it's just the.
Yeah.
Are you annoyed? No, I'm just relaxed.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm just,
I'm
I'm just looking.
I'm just looking.
I'm
That's just my
content.
face. Is there any cosplays that you want to do? Like that you're.
I have like a slew of them coming up.
Okay, what are they, if you can tell us?
I've got Wednesday again, but with my friend and I have got in the works her school, her Nevermore Academy outfits in the
Okay.
works. I already have her casual outfit where the oversized sweater with the stripes.
Mm-hmm.
I have that one ready to go. I have gender bent Eddie Munson.
Oh,
That one's, I have that.
okay.
That's getting worn to either WonderCon or San Diego. Probably both because it's comfy.
Yeah. How would you do that look though? Like he's got that hair, I guess. But
My hair's naturally just curly,
Uh-huh.
so I'm just gonna again girly it up
Yeah.
a little bit. Just probably tame my wavy curly hair
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of do it. I have the bangs,
Okay.
so just curl it up, and I just wear the
The shirt.
shirt
Yeah.
with the jeans and
Mhm.
I'm thinking of maybe just trying to get some form of the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Just-
have the whole outfit.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Just have, what does he play? It's not Metallica. Is it? No.
It
No.
is.
It is okay. I just
Yeah.
have that like on like a speaker or something playing around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a loop.
On a loop
Yeah.
somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have that. I have Daria.
Oh, that's
yeah,
a good
throwback.
one. Yeah.
We have Daria with my other friend named Chelsea. She's gonna be Jane.
Okay. I was gonna say
Um,
Jane or Quinn.
Yeah, Jane. Yeah.
Okay.
No, she's gonna be Jane. We just finalized that the other day. We're like, okay, originally I wanted to be Jane, but then she's like, oh, I really want to be. I was like, no, that's fine. I will take either one.
If you did Jane, would you cut your hair?
No, wig.
Okay.
No
It's
wig.
a very specific hairstyle.
That's a very specific hairstyle. So her, and then I've got the basket case from Breakfast Club.
Okay. Ali Sheedy.
Allison.
Yeah,
Allison. Allison. Ali Sheedy.
Yeah, that's
got
a good
her.
one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
In the
I know.
multiverse.
Yeah, the multiverse.
Am I just despicable?
Yeah.
Am I just that despicable and nobody's telling me? Like, God, I'll leave.
I think they're all lovable.
I know
Yeah.
they
have
are.
a quality to them.
They have a quality. But
I know all the characters.
I don't have
like,
I don't have any tragic backstory like a lot of them do.
Thank God.
Thank God. He wouldn't be here, Chelsea.
Yeah, you can't do like the end of the movie, Allison. 'Cause
No,
that's
I was
not,
gonna- no,
no, nobody
I'm
cares
gonna
about that. Oh, she found herself now. She's all sorted out. No, we don't care about that.
I like how that's just recently kind of become did she really just change for a guy?
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, reevaluate the end of
Did
that
she
movie.
really?
It's
Yeah.
like the punk and the princess. That's not going to last past the end of the day.
Yeah.
Ali Sheedy just changed. She was cooler before that. I
Yeah.
thought she was way
Yeah.
cooler before she transformed. And the nerd kid, who cares? But it's like, he just walks off alone.
He'll be better in like 5 years.
And
Yeah.
the Emilio Estevez's character, I feel like he actually liked her as
As the nerd,
as the,
not nerd,
the
but
goth or
yes,
whatever.
Yeah.
a little bit more.
I feel like he actually did like her.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
he
why.
talked to
That's
her.
why.
He
That's what.
actively,
That's
like-
the connection was.
Yeah.
You're this alt person I can talk to, and because it's very opposite of me, and it just worked. And then
Yeah.
now, now you're just like, what's her name, Claire.
Claire.
Basically, she
Yeah.
gave you her old clothes, did your makeup. You just turned her into her, and it's like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna last.
You're not gonna last. You're gonna go home and take all of that off.
Yes, you're gonna walk in, your parents are like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
now
we
they're
like
paying
you.
attention to you. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays they would have the scene where he's like, I don't like what you've turned into.
Yeah.
You should go back.
You should go back.
Well, she says like her parents ignore her. That's
Ignore
why
her.
she's
Yeah.
like that. Well, now they're going to pay attention. And she's like, I don't like this.
I don't like
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna go back
But
to
she's
how
also
it
a
was.
pathological liar.
That's
so
true.
we don't know if she's actually, if
We
her
don't know
parents
anything about
actually
her.
hate her.
Yeah.
So.
They're wonderful parents. She's
I know.
just like,
Again.
I didn't start my timer. What
We're
are we
at 52.
Okay. We got some.
More
We
minutes.
got some time.
Let's see. I have a question about summer nights at Knott's Berry Farm.
Okay.
So what is that? What is that about?
It's a pretty simple concept. It's a pretty simple concept.
Ouch.
It's what?
What don't you
It's
get
pretty
about that?
explanatory.
What don't you talk about it?
It's nothing deep. So I'm just like, yeah, it's just a simple concept. It's nothing crazy. It's not like a play or anything like that. We literally are just roaming characters. So Ghost Town Lives during the day, Summer Nights is at night, and they want the feeling of like you've been invited over to your neighbor's backyard party, and all of the fellow neighbors have come over to like, and they're all different types of personalities that have like come over and like invited you over to their barbecue or whatever, and you're kind of just chilling and listening to music, and we go around and interact with you and dance and all kinds of stuff. So it is simple. That's
Well, it's
all it
simple.
is.
I just wanted to know where it came from.
Sorry, where it
or
came
like why they started. Is it because they're trying to like get away from the Peanuts
No, they're
characters?
definitely not trying to do that. No, if anything, we're really popular, but I feel like we're some of the most least known characters there because we're not advertised very well. But
Yeah,
like,
I don't
nobody
think
has
I've seen
ever heard of us. Like
Yeah.
last year when I did it, like it had been going on for like 2 or 3 years, and there was people who had fresh, and they're like, "Who are you?" Because we were dressed like pretty much normal people, and people are like, "Oh, okay." I just look like I'm really into rockabilly because I'm wearing
Yeah.
a 50s dress with my
Yeah.
hair pulled back in a ponytail with a headband and like lipstick and all that stuff, and I'm. But people are like, "Oh, she's okay. She's really into rockabilly."
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Good
it
for
could
her.
have been anybody
Yeah,
on
good
like
for
a
her.
like a dapper day.
Yeah, honestly, it
so-
looks like a Dapper Day costume or an outfit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. And we just kind of dance and bop around, and you
Yeah.
get a lot of people that get really attached to your characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
the fans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. People
Any
who-
weird fan encounters like that?
Oh,
I've had
no.
way too many
Oh.
people that actually think that I'm a character.
Yeah.
I have a lot of for me, since I'm dressed kind of like the 50s. I have a lot of old men.
Ugh.
I had a girlfriend. You remind me of a girlfriend that I had in 1960, and I'm like we could have been together. Then I'm like, sir, back then you and I could not have been together. Dude,
Yeah.
that would be illegal. So
Creepy old dudes.
Could have been
Yeah.
with my grandma.
you could have been with my grandma, yeah.
Ugh.
But I think you missed the joke. You missed the joke?
No, I heard it.
Okay. I was like,
It's a Charles Dickens joke.
it's a Charles Dickens joke.
All comes back to Dickens.
Right? It somehow comes full circle back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I've definitely had a couple where I had one guy that he's a big fan of one of the bands that plays. Okay, so the previous year they played on I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday they used to play, but this year they got bumped to Sunday and Monday instead. So and Friday. Those are like those are the days that they play. So he came back this year thinking like, oh, okay, she's going to perform on Wednesday when it was a completely different band.
Oh.
And he's like an obsessive stalker of hers and like puts like type stuff on her Facebook page.
Oh,
But he
yeah.
goes after girls that look like her.
Oh.
She's got long black hair.
Mhm.
no.
So so I've got that, and any girl that has like dark brown, black hair, whatever. So me and my friend got chased by
Ugh.
him. And
Nobody said anything? Or
oh
no
no,
security?
we reported him. It turned out he had like he had been banned before, but he basically signed up for 6 different fast passes under 6 different aliases.
Oh.
So he could not be caught. So he managed to get back in. He says that he has a twin brother that works there. He does not have a twin brother. Yeah, he will like swear up and down that he has like an in with everybody, that he's this singer that he really likes as a boyfriend. And I'm like, nope, you're not.
Oh.
But
He's tried all the different
he's tried all kinds of
character
different
roles.
things. But
Yes.
the big nail in the coffin was he grabbed my wrist
Oh.
and tried like grinding on me.
Ugh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Gross.
No, honey, no.
And he smelled like bad body odor and drugs and booze and
Not
all
like
that
Ewan
stuff.
McGregor.
Not like Ewan McGregor. Take me back.
This was the wrong Musk. You
Yeah.
don't want to smell like that.
I don't want to smell like that.
Bring me the sandalwood
Ugh.
again.
Bring me the sandal.
Sandalwood.
But
Only hope.
Ugh.
yeah. Quit.
That requires a ding.
That requires a name, yeah. there's
Thank
that.
you.
But yeah, so I had that, and then he finally got banned. We didn't see him again after that. Like we had 2 encounters with him, and he had been causing all kinds of problems. But so funny, like sometimes the security, the ones that they had, like okay, they'll bring grandma out, and the grandma who's been there forever doing security. It's like she's not gonna be able to take
Yeah.
down this like
Can't
6-foot
do
guy.
shit. Man, at that point, call the cops.
At that point,
Yeah.
called the cops, and they
Yes.
were called finally.
Yeah.
And they like escorted him out and kicked him out, and I hope he isn't back.
He'll find a way back.
Yeah.
in.
He'll find a way back.
He's
in.
like that Family Guy thing where you just change your glasses.
You
You get
change
free
the-
samples each time. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
new
mean the 6
person.
aliases. He
Yeah.
might as well have been. He probably did throw on glasses at some point, but I think they actually
Yeah.
like legit have his picture now.
Well, good.
Thankful, and I'm like,
It took this many times. Like,
yeah, because he was a problem.
this
the year
man
prior
is not
too.
allowed in, you guys.
Yeah.
This man right here.
He had a problem the year before too. Like he wasn't allowed, and he caused trouble or whatever.
Yeah.
And people were like, he's still here. He jumped up on the stage and played the bongos. He's not like one of
Yeah.
the band's like drum sets or whatever, and bongos, drum sets, whatever. And
You think that'd be enough?
yeah, you would think that would be enough, but he wasn't banned.
Matthew McConaughey played the bongos that one time and got arrested for it. So
Hey, he did.
And he was naked.
yeah, and he was naked. I'm sure he smelled like a musk as well.
Wait, wasn't that on his balcony?
I don't know.
There
It
was
was-
one time
at
it
I
was
his
thought
own-
it was in a hotel.
Is that his own house?
It was at his own house.
It was a
Yeah.
noise disturbance.
It was a noise
reason,
disturbance.
He was
and they-
very high playing bongos naked.
Yeah.
iconic.
Sounds like a fun night.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so that's pretty much summer nights. That
Yeah.
was just like a little summer gig, but I had a lot of fun, and then that birthed other things like the basics videos.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
Okay.
is that what you call them?
Well, that was the basics.
Who
Yeah.
are the 2 friends you do that with?
Michelle and Taylor. Yeah, go follow them. But yeah,
Yes.
that kind of came out of nowhere. Our first video was a Halloween video at a pumpkin patch, and Michelle was the brainchild behind that. She was like, we just came to like take pictures and pick out a pumpkin. That was it. And she was like, hey, I saw this thing on, it was like Instagram or YouTube or something like that. And she's like, about people just doing like, she's like, you know, just like puns. And she's
Yeah.
like, do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? And we were like, oh, okay, sure. She's like, we can improvise. We can. And then that birthed the basics. And everybody
That's great.
seemed to really like it for just like, and it just kind of
popped off.
popped off a little.
Nice.
And so people, like, they came to my husband's birthday party, and like a couple of friends who had never met them before, they were like, basics. Like,
What a thing to say to somebody.
Yeah, they were just like
basic.
basics. They were like, I know you too. Like, not to me because they knew me, but
Yeah,
like the other
other
two, they were like,
girls.
you're oh my god. So yeah,
That's cool.
so that was kind of, so I met them through that Summer Nights thing, and yeah, then the basics thing. And so now we have a couple of, we have like a Renaissance Fair one.
Yeah,
coming
I
up.
love those because those are my, like, that's what I do when I walk into Target.
And you walk into
I'm
Target,
like,
okay.
Yeah, like I would do that already. So that's totally up my alley.
So now that it's now it's actually online. Now you're like, see, I've been doing it all along.
I'm not just a freak.
I'm not just a freak. But yeah, we had the Valentine's Day episode 1. We had the aquarium day 1. Which we spent the entire day at the Long Beach Aquarium just filming content from like the opening to the closing of the aquarium. We just filmed.
And for those of you who have never been to the aquarium, there's not a lot to do there for the whole day. So they're probably like, these girls are still here.
They're
Like,
still here. Yeah. These 2 girls and a guy are still just filming
They love to
sharks
fish.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty fish in here.
And it's funny because like half of the content is usually like us making like really bad puns, or it's like sexual puns.
Yeah.
But then for this Valentine's Day one, we were like, okay, well, let's go half of it be like our usual pun stuff, but then we're going to go into the back of Spencer's and we're going to act like completely naive. Like there is like one of us is like dusting like the shells with like one of those whips.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a duster.
Someone's going to pull out a toy and be like, ooh, what is this?
What is
like,
it? Yeah.
Like, that's not where you put it.
I pulled up one of those like shot glasses that look like balls, penis, and like,
Yeah. You're like, oh, it's a Christmas, 2 Christmas ornaments.
yeah. Well, no, I was like, but it was a green one, and it's supposed to be alien junk, and it said aliens are coming.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, what a nice plot for my succulents. And then I pulled out like a collar.
Yeah.
BDSM collar, and I was like, for my dog. Scrappy.
It's funny you said succulent, because I was going to say a suck joke about the balls. But that's okay. We'll move past that.
We're at the
low-hanging fruits, also low-hanging...
Twigs and berries. Is that what it is?
We're at the 1 hour mark.
We're at the
folks.
end, so we'll wrap this up. I know this is fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. This is having a good time, but actually I have someplace to be, so we can't keep going. I do have someplace
Get
to be.
out.
Got a heart out.
So where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram mostly, sincerely or CC.
Okay.
Type that up, I guess, because people are always like, how do you spell that?
We'll put it in the
put it in the bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find me there. I am doing anything upcoming I have. I've got 2 shows that I'm doing this summer.
Okay.
I'm doing Puffs, which is the 7 years at Hogwarts, which is it's a Harry Potter parody, basically. I've done the show before.
Awesome.
I did it in 2019.
Okay.
And it's the 7 years at Hogwarts, but from the point of view from the Hufflepuff house.
The neglected.
Puffs.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
the neglected house.
different kind of puffs when you're talking about British people. But
No.
Hufflepuffs.
Hufflepuffs, yeah.
Nice.
So we're doing that, and I'm doing Midsummer Night's Dream.
Okay, and those are in LA?
No, they're actually down here in Orange County.
Oh, okay.
Cabrillo Playhouse in San Clemente. Both of them are going to be there. They're going to be like literally right back to back.
Okay.
I'm going to be very busy with that.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about doing that. Puffs, I did in 2019. I was Megan Jones for that, so I get to play her again. And the Midsummer Night's Dream is going to be pulled for the most part, from the 2020 Zoom production that I was in.
Okay. Oh, a Zoom production.
Yeah, I was in a Zoom production. It takes place in 1920s New Orleans. So there's a theme.
Okay.
Right? So
Man, I wish I knew that. I would have a lot of questions about a Zoom production.
Zoom production.
Yeah.
I can make it quick. It's just, we had to, we just had to kind of get creative and stuff. My husband directed it.
Okay.
But we basically put like a backdrop of like, when we would change out backdrops, everybody got the same backdrop and just change it out as the scenes would go along. And
Okay.
it was interesting.
Were you guys near each other at least?
No, we were not.
Okay.
Well, okay, again, 2020. So everybody,
Right.
we had one girl who was, one of the girls playing opposite me. She's from here, but she
Right.
lives in Australia.
Oh.
So she was zooming in from Australia,
Okay.
Whoa.
performing with us.
I was imagining just like different rooms.
Different
like-
rooms.
like-
Yeah, no,
okay.
no. Like literally, like everybody meet up here. If you're out of the country,
Right,
it's
okay.
this time, our time, this time, your time,
Got it.
sort of thing.
That's
So,
interesting.
yeah, it was really fun. We only did one performance, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people watched
Sounds
it.
wonderfully hectic.
It was.
I mean, yeah.
It was, but yeah, it was
But it was 2020. It was a thing.
2020.
Yeah, you had to do what you could.
Yeah, we actually had a sad moment in the midst of that production because that's when Chadwick Boseman died. We found out he died in the middle of, like, at intermission. We're like,
Oh, that's funny. I was watching a Zoom comedy show when that happened too.
That's awful.
And yeah, it was not funny after
was
that.
not funny.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll link all of your stuff in the description. So we forgot to mention that Caesar was here at the beginning.
No,
I'm sorry.
we did.
Did
okay.
we say you were here?
I thought.
I don't
No,
know if
you
we
didn't.
mentioned
You
you.
didn't.
I'm
We
sorry,
edited it in?
Caesar.
No, it's okay.
No,
Wait, let's edit it in.
It's known that
Let's
he's
do
here
it.
by
No.
now. Okay.
And we have producer Caesar here.
Hey.
Caesar, plug all your stuff right now.
You can follow me at Caesar Rod Podcast and Video. That's if you want me to produce a podcast for you, and I can do it in Southern California, or if you're not here, I can do it remotely, and you just send me the stuff and I can edit it. So Caesar Rod Podcast and Video.
Yes. Clint, go ahead.
The usual's at the _ Clint show. I do TikTok, I guess. But Instagram mostly. Twitter for the news.
Yeah, that's what
Twitter for the news.
Yeah, at Uncle _ Marcus on everything. 30s Pod, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram. It's the same thing, the 30s Pod. And that's
Expansion.
trying to make that happen, but I don't know. Caesar works on that because I don't get it. And yeah, thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you.
See you next time. Bye.